How many of you were here last week? Saw Droopy Wilson pop in, the VP of BFA, Break Free Academy, super cool guy. That was pretty lucky to have him pop in. All right, today I'm two morons talking. This moron's talking about investing, but very, very simply. I hope you all are investing. If not, by the end of this, you better be investing. So when I hire someone new for one of my companies, I tell my new teammates, in 5 years, they need to be worth $1 million. Does that mean that they're going to be making $1 million a year? No. Net worth and your income are two very different things. They should be increasing their income every year, every month, every fucking day, really. But in order to get to the 1%, you need an income of $500 a year. To get the 1% on your net worth, you need a net worth of $11 million. Might be a lot more than a lot of you are thinking of, but there's no reason you can't get there, right? So, even if you earn $500K, like in the 1%, though, your net worth may be nothing. If you earn $500K and you spend $500K in a year, you're basically just a loser, or at least a neutral, at best. If you earn $500K and you spend $200K, you take that $300 and you put it into stocks or real estate or however you want to invest it. That's how you generate even more off of your annual salary. So how do we take our income and turn it into a higher net worth, right? Invest it. Stop spending your money on stupid shit. Who here drives a 1997 275,000 mile Ford F-150? Who's been driving that for years and built up a car fleet of over 50 cars? I lived in a fucking $2,000 truck for years, and now I have a new car almost every day. I have literally no idea what I drove here. Not a clue. So think about what your monthly expenses are, right? If you're driving this Beamer with car insurance, it's probably going to be 10 times more expensive than driving a car you pay off for $3,000 with low insurance. Does that make sense, everyone? All right, so these flashy 50Kers, I hope none of you are here. You got to live real. Whatever you make, you have to live on any of that. If you're making $3,000 a month, you spend $2,000, $1,000 goes to invest.
But if you are driving one of those, I'd be more than happy to insure you.
If you want to lower your monthly expenses, that's all yours and more. Lower your insurance. That was incredible. Lower your insurance. There you go. One of the biggest ones out there, especially in this fucking city of Denver, what are we, like third most expensive nowadays? Your fucking rent, your mortgage.
Yes.
You're in house insurance. I'm sure Crystal
I
did that.
I do those too, and renters.
Oh, there you go. So the lower your rent, any insurance, let's go to Crystal. But think about your living. You're right. Some people are like, oh, I can't live with people. I live alone. I have 17 cats. I live in a one-bedroom apartment, spending $2,000 a month. Up until probably about 2 years ago, I was living in houses of 4 or 5 people, $700 a month. Share your space. Lower that. Imagine if you could save $1,000 a month. We'll get to how much that's going to be in a second, but $1,000 a month, if you put that just into the fucking stock market, it's going to compound and be insanely huge in 5 to 10 years.
What stocks do you recommend?
We'll get to some things. So I've talked about the future lately, right? My last mini-series was a 3-part all about the future. And how you always need to think about it now, in the present. This goes hand in hand with the value of money. So $500 now is actually worth a lot more than $500 5 years from now. We all know about inflation, right? And also the opportunity cost. If you have $500 in your mattress, it's losing between 2 and 4% every year just on inflation. But it's also losing the 10 to 20% you could be making investing into your business, yourself, education, whatever you want to do. Remember the six aspects I talked about last week? Your spiritual health, your mental health, all these things you could be investing into to enhance your life and your future self. So now there's really a lot of leeway with this. Say you spend $200 on a suit, right? Is that a good investment? It's going to differ. Does that suit make you look better? You land a bigger client and now you're making more than $220 a year off it. Okay, maybe that's a good investment. Does it make you feel good inside so you have a great mental health? Over $200 worth. Okay, I can buy that. Does it make your social life better? You look a little more fun. Maybe you're upgrading your friends, something like that. Okay, maybe your social life is what you need, your social health. Could be a good investment. Do you buy it and you just kind of wear it once and toss it away? Then it's probably a poor investment, right? So we really need to think about all your different aspects. Not everything's just financial. Well, money's great, and we're all here to build our money. we still have 5 other aspects of life and your health that you have to think about. When I invest into a financial tool, speaking strictly financial, I need at least 20% back. If someone comes to me for a business plan and needs a loan, I'm taking 20% per year back. I don't go anything less than that. But remember, I'm more of a numbers guy, mathematical economics degree, etc., and I invest a lot. Some of the best investors, Warren Buffett, Dave Ramsey, they say 10% a year is good, right? The S&P 500, over the course of history, returns about 10%. So if you're making 10%, you're doing all right. You're doing all right.
Did you ever do the envelope method?
We'll talk about that later. I have to get. We'll talk about that.
All right.
So anyways, so if you're going to get 10% back off your $200 suit, is that going to return at least $220 in either financial or social or spiritual or physical health return to you? And that's something only you can decide. Only you and your future self get to decide what that return is. I mean, if you wear that suit every week for a year and you're making deals and you're earning more income, then it's 100% worth it. But the other option is, should you put it into the stock market? And this is where something called compounding interest is. And this is a beautiful thing and a huge target for wealth. So when you invest your $500 into something that gives you 10% back, at the end of the year you'll have $550, right? 10% of that gets returned to you. Now if you leave it there, you'll have $550 the next year. At the end of the next year you get 55 back. So now you're getting more free money every year. So it compounds, it gets bigger and bigger. Eventually you'll be getting 1,000 back each year if you leave it long enough. So it keeps growing bigger and bigger. If you put $5 a day into the stock market with a 10% return, in 10 years it'll be worth almost $30,000. Only $18,000 of that is what you actually put in. So that's almost $12,000 of free money. Does that make sense? Kind of a cool job, right? You get paid to just not touch your money. Here, borrow my money. I'm not going to look at it again. I'm not going to spend it on coffee. I'm not going to buy shoes, and I'm getting paid for it every year. That's essentially what investing is. Someone else is going to use that money and try to grow their company. So, big thing, like I've been saying, is the future. When you are about to buy something or do any sort of decision financially, always think about the return and think the 5-10 year return. Right, $5 a day. I mean, almost all of us can probably do $5 a day, $150 a month. Maybe you do $1 a day. But you can throw that in the stock market. If you're going to spend it on something else, I mean, obviously you need food. Your physical health is important, right? You need to go be social, so you're going to have to do a fancy dinner every once in a while and hang out with your friends or cook and have them over. All that stuff's important too. But think about how much you're spending there and where you could be putting it, right? Is this $50 steak worth it? Or can I get a $20 salad, take that $30 and go watch it grow? Every decision should be thought like that. So let's go. We're getting real. All right, let's start exactly how we invest this. So if we decide to take that steak and turn it into a cheaper salad, take that $30, what are we going to do? This is the easiest fucking way to invest ever. First, it takes 3 apps. 2021, app it up, baby. 3 major apps. We're going to do Robinhood, Webull, and Coinbase. Coinbase is going to be all crypto. So at this point, almost all of us should be accepting that cryptocurrency is here to stay. Not necessarily Bitcoin, not necessarily Dogecoin or Shiba, but crypto in general is here forever. Blockchain is great technology. It's going to happen. Embrace it. So what you really want to do is take 10 companies or 8 companies and 2 cryptocurrencies. So you got 10 things that you think are going to go. So we're thinking of the future again. Think 10 years ahead. Think about the company that's going to be the biggest thing. So let's make an easy one, right? Amazon. Everyone here think Amazon's going to be here in 10 years?
Yes.
Does everyone think Amazon's going to be bigger in 10 years?
Yes.
Okay. Does everyone here have an Amazon Prime account?
Yeah.
So why would you not just put $1 every month, $10 every month into Amazon? It's going to grow. You're spending money on it. Now you're getting a little kickback on the end. All right, every time they take that Prime payment, you know that their company is being worth more and your stock is going up. So with these apps, Robinhood, Webull, and Coinbase, you can quickly and easily set up a recurring payment. So when I'm done speaking, come talk to me if you're interested in this. I can send you, I think they give free stocks for referrals. So you can start off free stock. It'd be great. Set up a recurring payment. Pick your 10 favorites. Facebook. Do you use Facebook? Who here has checked Facebook in the last 5 minutes? Last hour? So if you're using it, it's probably going to be here in 10 years, and you should probably go invest in that. It'll pay
They
you
probably
back.
said that about MySpace too. I don't know.
That was there for a blip, though. It was there for a blip.
But this is your choice.
How old are you?
You choose your 10.
30?
You choose your
Yeah,
10
so it was a
companies or
longer
your stocks,
blip for
whatever
me.
you want. But I'm saying you can put $1 a month in on it.
I did.
Everyone can live with $10 a month, and you watch it grow, right?
Well, can I maybe add something to that too? Like one thing I learned is invest in stuff that you can use. Like using Procter & Gamble products in your shower. Why not invest in Procter & Gamble?
Right. If you're using Facebook every day, you might as well invest in it so that every time you see an ad, they get paid, and eventually you get a cut of that too. So if you have any more questions about that, how to sign up, whatever, that's the big thing. I mean, $10 a month, 10 different companies, $1 each, and then in 6 months, all right, I've made more money. Let's change it to $2 or $5, or I just landed the biggest deal of my life, $100 each. I'm doing $1,000 a month into these companies. That's all it takes. You don't have to be a guru. You don't have to be a whiz. You just have to think: is this company successful? Great. In 10 years, will it still be successful? Great. Do I use this company daily? No. Then I'm probably going to want to invest in that company. Make sense? So feel free to ask me afterwards on how to get started. And always remember, millionaires are made.
Yay.